Okay, y'all. Guess what time it is? It's planting time. Finally, planting time. Yep, it is here. And a super sweet family is coming out here to help me out. They're about to be here probably in the next, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And we're gonna make the rows down there. Go ahead and start planting. And I've got some fun ideas for you over here where the kale and collards are. I'm gonna intercrop with these potatoes that I was given by the neighbor. It's an heirloom variety of potato. So I'm gonna intercrop in there. And then as soon as these are done going to seed and are done, I can harvest those seed. Then I'll come back in and pull them out, and the potatoes will already be growing up. So that's gonna be pretty fun. Plus over here, I'm planning on doing just a smorgasbord, like tons of different varieties of stuff right in here. That's gonna be super good. So I'm waiting on them to get here, but I'm gonna go ahead and set up some more stuff. Gonna set up the seeds right here. Just lay them out, see what we got. Let's go ahead and do that. Hey everybody, so I've got an awesome family here. I'm not sure if I'm their greatest fans or if they're my greatest. Wait, how's that work? I'm honored that they are here and have been watching the tubes and also on Instagram. So what's all y'all's names here?
I'm Zach.
Kate.
Mandy.
Darryl.
Darryl, awesome. And I'm Benj. You already probably know that. But so we got our seeds out here, and they're gonna help me plant a little bit. I kind of put my tomatoes over here. Really, usually I would transplant out, which I'm going to transplant out, but I'm gonna experiment with direct seeding the seeds right at last frost date and see if I get some growth maybe towards the end of the summer. See what happens there. So also this area over here, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of different seeds and see what pops up. I kind of like doing that sometimes. All these seeds right here in the plastic are actually older seeds, so I'm not sure how well the germination is going to be. So I figure might as well use them, but I'll put them in an area where I'm not really dependent on them. But whereas these seeds are fresh. It's pretty simple. I'm going to start right up here. Here's my 2 stakes. I'm doing the taller crops towards the back there, and then the shorter towards this way. So it's kind of like, I like the view from the house, kind of a cascading view, to where if I did my tall stuff here, I wouldn't be able to see the stuff back there. Also, another factor is that towards this way is east, and that way is west. So in the evening, the taller crops will kind of shade, give a little bit of dappling of shade for the shorter crops, so that it's not that last intense heat is not hitting my. Usually your smaller crops are more. They'd like a little shade in the evening, so that's the reasoning for putting the small ones here. So I'm going to do some rows of. I think we'll start with beans here. You want to get the hammer?
Yeah.
We start it. This is about where my walkway starts. So I'm going to start right here.
Okay.
Yep.
Enough to hold the string.
Yeah. This first row will be what makes the rest of them straight, so we'll make sure it's good. This is how they do it in Africa. And then my potatoes, I'm gonna actually have y'all come in here and we still have the kale, but I'd like to go ahead and intercrop with the potatoes. I used to cut potatoes up, but nowadays I'm starting to think it's probably best to keep the potato whole, because if you think about it, it's the way they're created. They're designed to have the starch in the potato is what gives the potato all the energy it needs to start up. So if you cut that off, you're kind of cutting off its first supply of food. So I like to keep them whole. And so what y'all can do, I'm going to get some hand shovels, and then y'all can see, you can kind of see where they're planted, right?
Yeah.
Goes this way. If you can go ahead and just, I'm going to plant them all. Let's see. Just start spacing them out at, whoa, look at that. They're a little past due, but my neighbor gave them to me, so I'm going to get 2 more shovels. So, this is my favorite thing to do. Do your line about 2 inches off of where you're wanting the seeds to go. Then you can just pull it straight down. That's how they do it in Africa. Well, at least
That's how my grandmother
where I
did
was. Oh, see. We're definitely gonna have little guys pop up here and there. That's a Bermuda. Part of doing the first year. Thank you. And in Zimbabwe, I was intern for 3 months at a place called Foundations for Farming. There's like 4 or 5 main pillars. But yeah, what they do in Zimbabwe, they try to, at Foundations for Farming, they encourage people to do things on time, at standard, so like at a high standard, and then without wastage. So all those 3 plus. The last thing is to do things. Oh, nice. It looked like one, didn't it? Last thing is to do things with joy. If you lose your joy, no good. So like today, I was out there doing that fence again. Have y'all seen that project?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I had to pull up 2 of the posts, and man, those things were in because I had put about 100 pounds of concrete underneath them.
Oh, wow.
So I had that little tractor to use, but man, it took about 2 hours to get them out. So long story short, I was losing my joy. So I had to just kind of stop and be like, all right, God, you got this. I'm good. Just gotta, all we can do is the best with what we got. All right, we are to the end of the row, and I do these in these kind of wood chip, compost scenarios. I try to go deeper than I normally would for just if it was soil, because the top about 1 inch is going to be dry. So if I go ahead and go deeper, there's going to be a bit of a dip, and I plant my seed in that dip, and then put about 1 inch for these bean seeds. It's going to be about 1 inch of soil on top of that, or compost on top of that, and then there's still going to be a little dip. As soon as those little guys come up, I'll wait for them to get about, after the cotyledons and after they're about 3 inches tall, I'll come back in and kind of nudge the mulch back over into them. But it's kind of nice because if you do it this way with the compost and the wood chips, that organic matter on top actually, and making that little bit of a dip, it creates like a safe micro environment, to where with that dip there, you don't have, the wind is not coming over and like chilling them. And also with the dip, if you ever look around your yard or anywhere there's a dip, usually it stays more moist in there. So it's just a cool way that gardening like this with no dig, the benefit that comes with it is you can create that little safe environment with the dip. All right, y'all got the seeds here. Did y'all want to help doing the seeds? You can hop back over there whenever it looks like you're in a little forest. Just hanging out in the flowers.
I feel like that,
Yeah, y'all doing great. So, do these I normally do it every 6 inches. I'll just see that. There you go. Yeah, get some close-ups of you know, sure, if you want. Green beans with some garlic. Y'all ever had that?
This whole row.
Yes, ma'am. Come. Some people don't like to. I like to keep it about 6 inches above the ground, so that it's easier to. It's a lot easier that way to get around it with the hoe. YouTube as well, because I grew up in Campbell County, like an hour from here. Fast in the first 10 minutes after harvest.
Yeah, but this was our first year to do a totally winter garden, and we had stuff.
Yeah.
We had stuff growing all the way up till February.
Wow.
I think that's when we got our last cabbages out. And I think I'm definitely going to do that again. So I'm doing brassicas in the fall instead of spring.
And just kind of look at the. Here's a tape measure. 18, right about there, yeah. There you go, it's behind you. I don't want to hit you. You're not trying to get more than about, well, these are beans, they can handle it, so just go like that, just go right over it. Okay. Y'all already got both those rows.
Yeah.
We're about to get some rain Friday or Saturday, so that'd be nice. That's one thing with growing with compost on top. You do have to make sure you water pretty regularly after you plant, because that first, like we've been talking about, that first little layer is pretty dry. But once you get through it, once those roots get through it, you're happy, happy, happy. Looks like we might need to go.
Be watching your future videos, and none of your potatoes will be growing. Like, oh man,
Oh, I need the hammer, I think.
we did that. Sorry.
No. So these folks said that they knew I was homeschooled from day one whenever I was on the Roads channel. Homeschooled and a believer, and what else did you know?
I knew you were from Tennessee somehow.
From Tennessee. What?
Well, we're from Tennessee too, so we have homeschool kids. So
Yeah.
I could just recognize
You
all
can kind of
that.
tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. They've been awesome supporters. So these guys are, or ladies are, intercropping the potatoes in there, and then making another row right through here. We finished that bean row, and now we're gonna plant something else here. Y'all, look at this. Got, let's see, pretty much half the garden planted-ish. And this awesome family helped me out big time. Look at this lineup, boom. They were awesome. They really knocked it out. And Ryan, why do you keep saying Ryan?
Actually,
That's my middle name.
Oh, I knew. So his middle name, I guess. Okay, Zach. And everybody else, we just knocked it out, I think. What did we do? We did some squash, some zucchini, beans, bush beans, and then okra. Yep, and then potatoes. Planted inside of all the kale. It's a little cold out here, so we're probably not gonna talk much longer. But y'all, just thank you so much, and all the rest of the folks out there, like them, that have encouraged me all throughout the learning process of figuring out the whole YouTube world and how to share gardening knowledge, and just encourage everybody out there. I appreciate you guys too, but yeah, sometimes I like start almost crying because I'm like, not only my family but also YouTube family out there is just always so encouraging. So thank you guys so much for coming out.
Thank you.
Big time. And help me plant, really, you helped me plant the first little bit this spring. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. High fives all around, dirty high fives. Thank you, thank you. And then, if you guys want to send some pictures of your garden, I could post those on if you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they did a no dig garden as well. All right, y'all. See you next time on the Garden Guy channel. What is something I normally say? keep sowing and growing. Exactly. Hey, you gotta watch more of my videos to get it right. No, I'm just kidding. All right, see y'all later.